welcome back to RXMuscle's Iron Road to the Olympia 2019, brought to you by Chemical Warfare. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today's guest is our reigning men's physique Olympia champ, Brandon Hendrickson. Welcome back to the show.
I can't get tired of hearing it. Thank you so much, Dave. Appreciate it.
It's a good title to have, yeah. Anytime the word Olympia comes before your name, it's a very good title usually.
Reigning Mr. Olympia.
That's right.
Awesome.
That's even better than just Mr. Olympia. Now, given the fact that you're the reigning Mr. Olympia, and you got obviously guys that want to knock your head off, Andre Ferguson obviously winning the Arnold Classic. You have Ray Edmonds, who's knocking on the door. You got some tough competition coming into this year's event. But it always seems like the second year a person wins the Olympia, if you win this year, that kind of cements your legacy, cements you as a legitimate contender. Why do Mr. Olympias have to prove themselves?
Well, because when you win one show, it's cool, but I mean, honestly, first, nobody talks about a one-time champ besides Dexter Jackson because he's just a legend, but we talk about the Jay Cutlers and the Ronnie Colemans. You know, these are multiple Olympia champions. So
right.
Getting one is definitely a blessing, but getting two or three, more than one, is proves that I'm not just good on that day. I'm good on any stage, any day that I step on that stage. So one is fun and it's a blessing, but two is solidifies it.
Yeah, and I think if what happens is when you win one, everyone says, wow, I was off because I had a pain in my ass and my shoulder was hurting me and my hair was off. So now if you do it 2 times in a row, you can't have guys making excuses 2 years in a row, right?
Exactly. No excuses 2 years after 2.
Yeah. Now, this year is a weird year because, we have Sean Roden, the whole fiasco going on with him. He's not going to be in the Olympia. Flex Lewis retired last year. There's no 212 Mr. Olympia. The title is vacant as well. You took over the title last year from Jeremy Buendia, who had his own problems in the press. You seem to be nice and quiet. No one hears anything bad about you. The year has been, no drama for you. Do you feel that has a lot to do with the success you're going to bring to the stage this year?
Yeah, I mean, I just stay away from the drama. I've always been a positive person, even before bodybuilding. I've never really changed. Like, the titles don't change me. I've always been this type of person. I've always been giving this type of energy, even before bodybuilding. Bodybuilding, it just gave me a platform to just continue to be myself. And I'm going to continue to be positive and raise awareness for mental health awareness, because that is a huge problem in bodybuilding and this sport. So I just want to just do things the right way, keep my plate clean, and just be a good representative for the sport.
Is it easy when you're at the top like that to get caught up in your own hype and maybe start doing crazy stuff because you think maybe, you're better than you are, or just things start getting out of control, so to speak? We see it with celebrities. Okay, we see it with athletes, other professional athletes. Do you think that sometimes that happens in bodybuilding and it's hard to stay focused because here you are now, you're the number one guy, and maybe you say, well, now I deserve a little bit of the attention, so to speak,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have demons, from their past, and then when they get the platform, sometimes the demons come out. So, I mean, I'm human. Like, I'm not perfect. I've had issues and I'm still going through, issues in my life, but I use bodybuilding as an outlet for me to just be positive and do the right thing. And like I said, I just want to be a good representative for the sport and do things the right way, because I want to build a legacy. I want longevity in the sport. And so I just try to, stay positive and continue being myself. And I think being myself is what has gotten me to the level I'm at, and it's what's going to propel me to the next level.
What are some of your struggles? Because every athlete who's overcome anything to be something great has to have to deal with like you said, their own demons. What have you struggled with, and what have you gotten past to get what you are today?
Well, there was a lot of drama, especially with last year. leading up to the Olympia, just as far as my competitors doubting me, you know, saying that I couldn't win, saying I couldn't beat them again, and saying that I would lose. They wouldn't even put me in the top 5 predictions. So it was like just that doubt, you know, I would start questioning myself to see if it was really me and if there was a problem with me but also, you know, I was in a very crazy relationship, and I got out of it, you know, and I think that's what's helped me make my next step to this level, you know. And like I've been this whole year, I've been ahead as far as this prep, and a combination of things, including being single, has helped me get to this level where I'm at right now.
What are some of the challenges of being in a relationship, and what were the challenges in your relationship that made it difficult for you to maybe not focus 100%? You know,
I think just like social media being the devil and the curse. It's like a gift and a curse. Social media doesn't help when it comes to relationships, especially if it's public. So I mean, I've learned a lot. You know, we had our ups and downs like normal relationships, but it was just better off mentally for me and for my future and my success to just do this on my own this time.
You have over 500,000 followers on Instagram, so I imagine you have a lot of people propositioning you, men and women, you know, on a regular basis, because everyone wants a piece of the champ. Everyone loves the fame and wants to be with the people who are the winners. How do you segment that part of your life? How do you keep, you know, business is business, and then, you know, relationships is relationships?
Well, I just know that I have a job to do, and I don't let my personal life get in the way of my job. Obviously, like, I like to date and I like to, you know, go out and do stuff like that, but I never let anything really distract me when it comes to my career, because I put my life on the line for this job, for this career. So I'm not going to let anything on the outside really distract me or deter me from what I need to do.
When you're looking at the competitions that take place over the course of the year, like the Arnold, say, do you check out the competition and analyze them and compare them to yourself? Or are you at the point now where you're like, you know what? I'm the guy. I'm the Olympia champ. I'm at the top of the mountain. They should be watching me.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to what they're doing. I mean, respect to all the competitors competing. I mean, they're all coming for me. There's a big target on my back, but I don't give them that energy. I keep all the energy on myself, which is also going to help me improve myself mentally and physically, which it has. So I never ever give anyone that energy or that I just don't pay attention to it. I don't care. It's not about them. It's about me. I'm the champ. I won last year. I proved myself, and I'm ready to prove myself again. So I keep the focus and the energy on myself.
Andre Ferguson's been pretty quiet for Andre this year. You think that's a good thing or a bad thing for him?
For him?
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a good thing. I mean, obviously being out there and, you know, just being out there and loud and just like, it doesn't work that way, you know, like to be successful. I mean, for me, it was better for me to just stay quiet, bite my tongue, and just go back to work, because the work is what's really going to get you there, not the talking. The talking doesn't get you anywhere. It's really the work that you put in. So for me, it's just about staying quiet and putting the work in.
Yeah. He thinks he really didn't lose to you. He thinks he beat himself last year because he had some medical issues going on. What do you say to that?
I don't have anything to say about that. I mean, I won fair and square. Andre got 5th last year, so I'm not the one he necessarily needs to worry about. There were still 4 other people that beat him. So, I mean, to be concerned about me is really, it's not that important. You should probably worry about the other 4 guys that beat you too.
Let's talk a little bit about some of your business stuff you got going on, because let's face it, when you got 500,000 followers on Instagram, you're the Olympia champ. You got to cash in on that somewhat, you know, and the prize money is just not there yet. I know you got the Big Ways clothing line. You got Big Ways fitnesstraining.com. Tell us a little bit about, you know, how you're making money in the sport now.
Yeah, well, after the Olympia, I actually continued competing. I competed in Korea, Tokyo, and China, which I won all three. And winning all those has broadened my brand and my name, especially in the Asian market. So I was actually invited back to Japan to guest pose.
Cool.
Which I don't know any other men's physique athlete at my level that does guest posing internationally at that level. I was also able to do seminars in India. I did a seminar at the Arnold Classic Australia. So I've been traveling a lot this year. Been doing a lot of fit expos in California. Just getting my brand and my name out there was important to me after winning the Olympia. Like I said, I also do training and coaching, and I have my brand. I have my merchandise, my socks. You know, the Big Waves brand basically comes from having that momentum and that wave of energy, positive energy, and I put it into my craft, and that's what Big Waves is. It's there to show that no matter what you're going through, no matter where you come from, as long as you keep going and keep striving, things are always going to be better.
Tell us again, our listeners and viewers, about the socks. I don't think I've ever seen anyone sell socks in our industry before, but maybe you found a niche for yourself. Where did the socks come from?
Basically, I wanted to do. I used to always wear socks, so I used to always wear high socks, and I was like, why am I wearing other people's socks? Let me just create my own socks. And so we slapped the Big Waves brand on it. We put waves on the socks, and now it's like an international. it became huge. Even
really? How many socks do you sell a year?
I make some good money selling socks.
Do you really? How many pairs have you sold like in the last 3 months?
The last 3 months? Well, I can tell you, per week we're selling about 20 socks a week.
Wow! Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Seriously.
What's the advantage of your socks over the other socks out there?
I'm the champ. It's a champ socks. When you put my socks on, you get that wave of energy to become better. It's not.
I think we lost him there for a second. He's frozen. I got to get a pair of those socks now.
Socks.
You broke up for a second there, Brandon. I got to get a pair. Now I got to get a pair of the socks because now I got to see what all the hype is about. I got to try them on.
You got to see what the hype is about. Go to bigwavesfitnesstraining.com.
I'm going to go buy a pair of socks, and I'm going to try them on, and I'll do a product review for your socks. How about that?
I guarantee you'll get a six-pack in 3 weeks wearing my socks.
Oh, really? All right. Now, how do people buy the socks? Are they sold by the pair or by the six?
So they're sold by the pair, or you can buy two. So one pair is $19. You can buy two for $35.
Oh, so they're expensive socks.
Aside
from having your writing on there, is there any like performance enhancing? Is there any special cushioning in there or anything like that?
Yeah, there's a compression around the toes. They're made for anything, for casual, sport wear. Right. You can wear them anytime. I wear them all the time. I wear them every day, actually.
Let me see. Prove to me. You got them on now?
No, I have no socks on right now.
Oh, yeah. No, all right. We don't want to see your feet. Then it gets a little fetishy, the show. All right. So the socks are at bigwavefitnesstraining.com. Brandon is probably the only person in the history of the bodybuilding world to ever sell socks. I think I was the only person in the history of the industry to sell incense at one point. They didn't sell very well. That was the only thing I failed at was selling incense. Everything else sells very well. Brandon, best of luck though with your preparations for the Olympia. I hope we see you come home with number 2.
Thank you so much, man. I just appreciate the support over the years. I'm ready to get number 2. We're only 2 weeks away, so I'm gonna get back to work. All right, and we will see Brandon on stage defending his title, as he said, in less than 2 weeks. For now, we're out of time. I'm Dave Palumbo for another installment of RXMuscle's Iron Road to the Olympia 2019, brought to you by Chemical Warfare. We'll see you next time.